In the last lecture, you learned that the first step to really set up your first profitable AdWords campaign is to start by defining your success and to set up tracking for that goal. And not just writing it down on a piece of paper, but actually setting up those goals in Google Analytics so that you're tracking your goals and also linking your AdWords accounts to your Google Analytics and Search Console. So those are the key actions for you there. And now in this lecture, what we're going to get into is the second step to set up your first profitable AdWords campaign, and that is to analyze your pay-per-click, your PPC competition. This is the second huge mistake that many people do not do, and what they don't do is do any competitor research before they create their first campaign. Now this is quite easy to do, but it's really important that you do it because this exercise will really give you an instant advantage when writing your ad copy, your ads, because you can really improve on what your competitors' best strategies are. So this is really simple to do. All you need to do is start to search in Google. Check out the ads you'll be up against by searching for some of your best keywords in Google. So what I suggest you do is open up Google and just type in one of the keywords that you want to appear at the top of the search results for us. So let me, as an example, just type in digital marketing course. And now what I can see straight away is all of the competitors that I would have if I wanted to put an ad up against this particular keyword. So as we said before, this is the keyword. These are the ads that are relevant for this. And what you can start to do is come in and really just look at these ads. You can start with the title, look at the URLs, look what's in here as well, because essentially this is what you are going to be building when you put together your ads. Really start with the heading and really note down the compelling ad copy. What makes you want to click? Look for great offers, certain prices, deals, or product benefits that make the ads compelling. So let's have a look at some of these. So it's digital marketing courses. It matches up with the keyword. You can see that they've included a keyword in here. 50% of 50+% of graduates got a pay rise. So I mean that is a pretty compelling ad there. They're saying that the graduates got a pay rise. I mean, for a lot of people who are maybe looking for a course from a kind of a recognized institution like that, they got a pay rise. That's what they're really looking after finishing the course. 24-hour course access, learn it in a certain amount of time, apply now, and they also then list out some of the courses that are available. So let's look at number 2. Probably not as compelling. It shows the URL here, but the URL is already shown here as well. So I think in terms of grabbing attention, this one makes me want to click on this much more. 10 weekend evening courses. So you can see here they're trying to sell one of the key benefits is that it's weekends and evenings. That's maybe different to how this course is operated. And here the URL as well, maybe not as compelling as some of these other ones here. So let's have it something completely different, maybe like something just like buy drones. Let me see if any ads come up for this. Indoor and outdoor drones with onboard HD cameras. So that's a pretty good ad. I mean, a lot of people might be looking for indoor and outdoor ads. I think it shows the variety of products that they have and onboard HD, some of the features that they have. Buyer drone right now online. Okay, so that's pretty interesting. And then some of the addresses, you can see open times, some of the different types of drones, etc. Now remember, when you're looking at these ads, all you need to do is really type in a keyword. But what you should keep in mind as well is you can see that these ads, all of these, or a lot of them, are from Irish websites or Irish companies. And the reason is because they have targeted their ads to appear in front of people who type this search term in within Ireland. And that's where I'm based now. So remember that these ads are going to be targeted depending on your location, and also if you're signed in with Google, really depending on your profile as well. So you can also maybe come in, look at the Same ads in an incognito window. You could maybe go to google.com as well, and you'll see but it really defaults to your country, but you can really use google.com down here in the right hand corner. So if you want to log out of your account and look at the ads, you can also do it that way as well. What you should also do in terms of not only noting down these compelling ad copy to seeing what their offers are, is to really look at their landing pages as well. See what your competitors' landing pages are like. Do their ads go to their home pages, and are their call to actions visible? So you can see here, if I roll my mouse over the link here, I can see the link down at the bottom of the screen here. Now I can click through to this. You will be essentially, your competitor will have to pay on that, so I wouldn't advise you clicking on too many links, but you can really see the landing page for that ad. And I think the landing page example here is extremely good. There's a clear call to action as soon as I land. It's not the exact keyword that I typed in, but that's pretty close enough. The main keyword is there. You can see the information, you can see the price as well, which is pretty big, and then you can see course information, and you can see essentially this is a lead generation form. So they're not expecting someone to buy the course straight away. What they're really trying to do is get a lead from it, and then they'll be able to follow up from that, etc. You'll also know that when I click through, or you'll also see when I click through, you can see this after the URL, Professional Digital Diploma, you can see the GCLID, and that really means that they are tracking this in Google Analytics as well. That's really the code to track this in. So they've linked up their account. They're obviously tracking this correctly. They've got the good call to action set up. So that's a pretty good landing page, I must say. And just be aware that that is the type of competition that you'll be up against. Remember that Google is not only measuring just how much you bid for it. The quality score is important. And coming back up to the quality score is, again, let's move back up here. Expected click-through rate, ad relevance, and landing page experience. So if people click off that landing page straight away, that's not a good sign for Google. It'll reduce your ad rank. And so having good landing page is important there. So have a look through some of the ads. You can start, you don't have to click on every single one, but just look at the ad copy, especially what is it that really makes you want to click? What is it that you find appealing about some of these things here? If you think those are interesting and appealing, if you put an ad up, more than likely your customers are going to think the same thing, that those things are important. So you can run through a number of different keywords, go through this process and really look at the ad copy and some landing pages. Now, before we move on from this, there is one great tool that you can use to really spy on your competitors, and it's called Spyfu. You can use this to get even more insights about your PPC competition. I recommend you do this first, just looking at the ad copies and the landing pages, etc. And then after you've done that, you can come here and use this tool, Spyfu. So sticking with the same example, maybe what I can do is just take the URL of one of these people in one of these advertisers, pop them in here, and now I'm really getting started. And this tool is absolutely fantastic. You can see here some of the information that pops up straight away. So what we've got here is the organic keywords that they appear for, but we're really interested here in the paid keywords. And what we can see here are 906 paid keywords that this company is advertising for. You can see the approximate cost per click, the daily cost, the number of searches, the ad position, the total ads, etc. Monthly AdWords budget even here. And you might be wondering, how does this company get all this information? Are they hacking all of these accounts? And apparently that's a common question that this company Spyfu gets. How did you hack my account? Because this information is so accurate. Well, actually what they do is they come into the Google search results and they basically have a program that scrapes all this information. They see who's advertising, the URLs that are shown there, the pages that they're linked to, and they really aggregate that all up. And you can see that this company did advertise for this particular term, because if you come across here, you can see view cached SERP. This is really a screenshot that Spyfu has taken, and you can see this is just a screenshot, but you can see these were the advertisers here, this particular company, and you can see they're in the #1 position there. So that is how they aggregate this information. Some of the, some of the things like the cost per click and the daily cost, that's estimated, so that mightn't be as accurate as actually that they've advertised for this, but you can use this information to get a sense of the size of the budget of your competitors, and also how much they're spending on these particular keywords, etc. That might be a sign maybe I should focus on some other keywords, or it could be an interesting sign to see, wow, they get a lot of value obviously out of this particular keyword, maybe if they're spending so much money on it. And these budgets are going to be assigned basically based on the results that they get out of them. Okay, so that is really how you analyze your PPC competition. The first step is to search Google, note down compelling ad copy, and review the competitors' landing pages. All of that can be done just straight from Google. It's a fantastic way to really see what jumps out, what grabs your attention, because you're going to need to write ads that stand out and that grab attention, as well as these guys. And then you can also use a tool like Spyfu to really come in to get an overview of all of their PPC, and also to look at individual keywords, to see their budgets, etc. History that they've collected, you can see here. You can see some of their competitors as well. So if you only know one competitor, you can keep coming in here, finding more and more information. You can really, this is probably one of the best things that you could probably do to get more familiar with AdWords without spending a single penny, is really looking at what other people are doing. And as always, modeling what has been successful, modeling what big competitors are doing, is a very fast way to being successful. Okay, so that is point number 2. The second step to setting up your first profitable AdWords campaign is analyze your PPC competition. The next thing that we're going to talk about is having a congruent landing page. We talked about this when we looked at some competitors' landing pages, but I'm going to get into it in a little bit more detail and show you how to set up landing pages if you haven't done so already. So see you in the next lecture for point number 3, the third step to having profitable campaigns, to setting up your congruent landing pages. I'll see you there.